That's the thing. Angane Devaraja Mash always, and other music composers like Dakshinamurthy Swami, Babuka, like when Swapnangal, Shahana Raga, it's intact, but Swapnangale Ningal Swarga Kumarigalallo, oh Swapnangal, reading like Kavya Pustagamallo Jeevitam. Idil Karnakiruda Hindolam, right?
Hindolam.
But even like with keeping those gamagas and they still make sure like lyrics have their own importance, right? Especially Devaraja Master, he always said like, I mean, every lyric has to be tuned.
ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻസ് Importance കൊടുക്കും.
Like, I mean,
ഹൈലൈറ്റ് ചെയ്തല്ല ക്ലാസിക്കൽ ഒരു രാഗമാണെങ്കിൽ പോലും വളരെ
ലളിതമായിട്ട്
ചെയ്ത പാട്ടാണ്.
I think he said in a few interviews like, using Mohanam and other ragas, he always tried to extract the simplest bits of a raga, right? Like simplest bits in the sense, I'm gonna do, like for the listeners, what can they comprehend the easiest, and what can, like for a listener like me, what can I listen to and say, wow, that's like the best example of Begada or something like that. Especially, I mean, he played magic with both lyric and ragas. Even while giving prominence to lyrics, he somehow managed to never go out of the raga or and managed to keep it intact in songs where he prioritized it as well. And even speaking about Ambalaparambile, he, from what I've read, the people who, the two legends in Carnatic music that played flute in this song, there were two. So one is Endamani sir. അദ്ദേഹം ഞാൻ കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട് ധാരാളം മാസ്റ്ററുടെ ഗാനങ്ങളിൽ വായിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. പിന്നെ മഞ്ഞിലയിൽ മുങ്ങിത്തോർത്തി, ശംഖുപുഷ്പം കണ്ടെഴുതുമ്പോൾ പ്രിയതമായ ഫ്ലൂട്ട്. So he played that.
It's a new information.
So sometimes I think he was late during the 70s. He was busy, and then Devaraja Master used to actually call upon him like semi-regularly for special songs like Chakravartini, because he knew only his flute would give that Shiriyayur effective. And then the second flutist in Ambalaparambile was Prapancham Sitaram.
Oh.
Yeah. So two, I mean, tigers of the Carnatic music world, right? So bringing them in, I've heard even Guruvayur Dore was a regular. The great Guruvayur Dore played in so many of the Dakshinamurthy Swami and Devaraja Master songs like Ambalakulangare, Ambalakulangare, Kulikkan Chennappol. That little mridangam pieces are all by him. Like even Ananda Nadanam Apsara Kanyagal Tan Arupama Sringara Nadanam. Like that's all him. Even Sundara Swapname I've heard is Guruvayur Dore.
ഇതൊക്കെ എങ്ങനെ ഈ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻ ഒക്കെ എങ്ങനെ കളക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നു?
So that's quite an interesting story on this. So I'm part of like a few groups online related to like Devaraja Master's fans and everything. So I decided to make a comprehensive archive about Devaraja Master. Aside from Devaraja Master, one of my favorite sites on the web is like, you can say either Wikipedia or the Wayback Machine, the Internet Archive, because you can access a lot of the pareyaya resources of information. You can access it. So Nyanjachu, why not try to make something about Devaraja Master? Because for so many other musicians like M.S. Vishwanathan sir, Naushad Saab, S.D. Burman Saab, A.R. Rahman sir, you have like websites dedicated to them. Even Madan Mohan Sabada website, you can see there are dedicated clips of his composing sessions and things like that, right? So and Raja sir has a huge website as well that's very like well maintained and updated with his information. So I figured, why not make one for Devaraja Master, right? In Malayalam. So I decided to, collaborate with a team of engineers here. So I collected information for that. So I talked to a lot of different individuals like Rex Isaacs Master, Sebastian Klum. And I want to also definitely say a huge thank you to, there's a Anup Uncle Narine. Anup,
he's a very good guitarist.
Anup.
He's a guitarist in
Bassist അല്ലേ?
Bassist, yeah. Phenomenal. I mean, he's always been a huge supporter and has helped me throughout like my musical journey.
അപ്പോൾ അനൂപിനെ പോലെയുള്ള കുറെ എന്താ പറയാ ഗൈഡ്സ്.
Oh yeah, he was a very huge actually.
Huge guy, yeah.
പിന്നെ ഈ ഇപ്പൊ പറഞ്ഞ ഈ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻസ് എല്ലാം ഇതിൽ നിന്ന് തന്നെ എല്ലാം കിട്ടും. ഇപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾക്ക്
like I got it from Anup Uncle, from Rex Marsh, Sebastian Uncle. Especially Sebastian Uncle, I mean, I got the contact through Anup Uncle because Anup Uncle knows Rex Marsh. I mean, they know each other for a long time, so they've known each other for a long time. So then I got to Sebastian Uncle, and he's also, all three of them are good friends of the family, but Sebastian Uncle gave me a lot of information on ആരാണ് ദേവരാജ മാസ്റ്ററുടെ ഗാനങ്ങളിൽ വായിച്ചത് സ്പെസിഫിക് songs because he conducted for ദേവരാജ മാസ്റ്റർ
വയലിനിസ്റ്റ് അല്ലേ?
violinist. Yeah. So he told me like this is the movie where A.R. Rahman sir played for Devaraj Master because by the time
interesting.
right they were there.
they were
So he
Very
said
interesting.
he cinema Shivamani, the great drummer, right? Like so many different musicians, and he was like, yeah, I've seen Madurai Srinivasan, I've seen T.V. Gopalakrishnan, I've seen Guruvayur Dore, I've seen all of these like gems of Indian music walk into the Devaraja Master studio and play for them as well. So that was, I mean, that's why I wanted to always, because I was always fascinated by who plays those, like, Suprabhadathile flute or Manjaleil Mungithorathile. There's a flute.
അതാരാ വായിച്ചത്?
എന്റെ മണി സർ. That's the thing, right? So when you
ഭയങ്കര അതാണ് ഞാൻ പറയാൻ വന്നത്. ഇപ്പൊ സിമ്പിൾ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞില്ലേ, ഞാൻ പറയാൻ വന്നത് ഇത്രയും ലെജൻസ് ടൈഗേഴ്സ് എല്ലാം പ്ലേ ചെയ്താലും ഇവരെല്ലാരും ദേവരാജ് മാസ്റ്ററിന്റെ ആ ഒരു സ്ട്രക്ചറിനകത്താണ്
that's
നിൽക്കുന്നത്.
the thing, yeah.
ഒരു ഇന്റർലൂഡ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ, ഒരു ബാക്ക്ഗ്രൗണ്ട് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ, മാഷ് പറഞ്ഞിരിക്കുന്നത് പല്ലവിയിൽ നിന്ന് അനുപല്ലവിയിലേക്ക് പോകാനായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ബ്രിഡ്ജാണത്.
That's the thing, yeah.
ജസ്റ്റ് ടു എൻ്റർ ദെയർ. അല്ലാതെ കുറേ കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ കാണിച്ചു കൂട്ടിയിട്ട് അവിടെ കൺഫ്യൂസിങ് ആയിട്ടുള്ളൊരു സിറ്റുവേഷൻ ഉണ്ടാക്കണമല്ല ബാക്ക്ഗ്രൗണ്ട്. വളരെ സിമ്പിളായിരിക്കും എല്ലാം. ചിലപ്പോൾ ഒരു 8 ബാർ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ 12 ബാർ അത്രയൊക്കെ കാണുള്ളൂ.
Even I've heard like there's another song by Devaraja Master like Kaatu Chembagam Pootulayumbol. There's violins that occur in the Kadambu Maram. That's played by at least 3 of the violinists, and that from what I've heard, Uncle, is L. Subramaniam, L. Shankar, L. Vaidyanathan, which is huge, right? Because especially, I mean, 3 of them being like the violin trio and everything, and then like L. Shankar and L. Subramaniam, both of them like receiving Grammys later on, like 10 years later, and joining international groups like Shakti. So 10 years before they were playing for Devaraja Master, right? So that's where I mean, it's all part of that. So I mean, that was very interesting